everyone, this is Nikki Rowland, and today I have a layout to share for Hip Kit Club. I am using the September 2021 kits, but I'm actually only using the main kit, so it's the main kit only today. So I really wanted to do a layout with quadrants. So it's a design I really enjoy doing. I haven't done it for a while, and then it came up in conversation. And I decided to go for it. So it's also a really nice way of getting lots of different patterns on a page. So I decided to go for this orange cardstock as the background. Now it looks super bright in my photos. I did my best to get the colours looking correct, but unfortunately it definitely looks, even on this screen now, looks a lot brighter than what it is in real life. In real life it's a much softer, quite a pretty colour. I don't know what it's called, but it's very, very pretty. So I decided to go for that as my background, and then to bring in some lighter colours onto the front with the squares. So I've gone for a square of white card, a square of the paper which is white with orange stripes, a paper with pretty blue flowers and gold flowers, and also one of the ledger, so it's just stripes, or it's white with ledger stripes. Does that make sense? Writing lines. So there we go. I've got those in place. I have distressed the edges of all of those, and I'm going to sew around them as well. I use my machine for that, and mustard not embroidery thread, sewing machine thread. So I'm going to stitch around all of those as well. But yeah, I'm already liking how this is looking. Just let me apologise firstly for the state of my background. Yeah, somehow something happened with the distress inks, I think, and I got black stuff everywhere. So sorry about that. And secondly, I haven't got great lighting conditions when filming this video, and a few others as well, because I was away scrapbooking with friends, and it didn't come with professional lighting like I have at home, so not quite the best lighting here today, but it is a video nonetheless, so I hope you can bear with me and don't judge me too harshly on the bad light. So okay, I have pulled out a few bits and pieces from the main kit only that I thought would work with my layout and my photo. I have a photo of my children at the pumpkin patch, sitting on a mound of pumpkins with greenish fields in the background with lots more pumpkins in those. So I'm just going to see if I can make that work, where I can position it. When I do a quadrants layout, either I tend to stick exactly inside the quadrants, or I bring it all together and overlap them. So on this case, I'm going to kind of do a bit of both. I'm going to overlap on the right hand side, and then I'm going to have the two on the left quite separate. So on the right, I've got my photo. I've got a frame. It's a grey frame. And I've got a little tag, journaling tag, that I'm going to tie through with some twine. I've got some fussy cut apples from one of the other papers. I've got some flowers from the Pink Fresh Studio pack. I've got Family Time is the Best Time banner. That's really cute. As well, in the main kit as well, there was the pockets, the stitched pockets, they're fabric. So I've pulled out a few bits from there. So I've got a banner. I have got an orange pocket, or I'm going to get that out in a little while. And then I've got the two, I've got a pink and a darker pink patch, the pocket patches. I'm going to use those as layers under my photo as well. So yeah, just kind of now I've pulled out all those bits mainly based on the colours, and now I have to kind of put everything together and make it look coherent on these quadrants. So I get to this point and I'm liking everything that I see, but for some reason it's just not going together very well. I'm not entirely sure why, but I do a bit of shuffling, move things around quite a bit before I'm happy with the position. I think I had a few problems because I didn't have enough things to use on this layout that were the right colours. Now, see, I do this quite often. I shoot myself in the foot completely by picking specific colour theme and then finding that there's very few embellishments in those colours, or just those colours. They're quite often embellishments are multicoloured, aren't they? So I do find that as a bit of a downfall. It happens quite often to me. So So yeah, I think I was definitely suffering with that problem for this layout too. But I do go with it, and I do manage to make it work. I've got a few flowers as well from the fabric pockets pack. That's an exclusive, and there were some flowers in there as well as the pockets. I've just tied my tag through with some mustard twine. I'm just still fiddling around with those banners at the top. I'm not sure if they should be in the white section or over on the right hand side. Down at the bottom, I've got the 2 fabric pocket tabs and the word happy, that's ephemera, a little camera, that's also ephemera, and the tag is ephemera. At the top, I've got flowers, which is ephemera, fussy cut apples, and the fabric flowers. So really, my elements don't change that much. I just spend some time fiddling around trying to get them looking right. I've just mounted my photo. I felt that could do with something, so I just grabbed another sheet of paper. It was one of the exclusives, and chose a pinkish yellowish part of that. I mounted my photo onto there. Distressed the edges, of course, and I've just moved that photo over to the right a little bit, and I really like the fact that you have that big orange bit down the middle. You can see that it doesn't overlap the gap there. So the photo is no longer overlapping the middle crossover, so therefore you can very much see the different segments, and I really like how that's looking. So I think that really flows. Down on the right hand side, that flows really well with the banners at the top, the embellishment cluster, the photo, the bits underneath the photo. So it's working quite well. I'm really happy with how that's now looking. So now I have to figure out what I'm going to do with the white section, because it's a little bit too white to just leave completely blank. I could leave it blank, and I did consider it for quite a while. I do have the little banner at the top overlapping the other white quadrant, but I'm just not 100% happy. I just feel like this layout needs a bit more. It's not quite me yet. I tend to have quite a heavy style, lots and lots of things on the layout, so to leave it here would be a bit too much. Anyway, I've been rooting around and found an orange pocket. Now, confession, I have actually used the orange pocket already on a previous layout, and I only had 1 pack of embellishments. But I was actually away with friends. Oops, I just knocked the camera. Sorry about that. I was away with friends who also have a hip kit, and very lovely Wendy, thank you Wendy, gave me her orange pocket, because she said as much as she loves the pockets, orange is just not her thing. And there are other pockets too. So she gave me her orange pocket. I was very, very grateful for that, because it was just what that white quadrant needed. So I've added the pocket. I've made it a pocket as well. So I've got some bits and pieces poking out of the top of the pocket. There's 3 little bits. They are some ephemera pieces. One just says all to market. One is like a floral tab that says love you. Another one is just like a ticket which says there's no place I'd rather be, which is a lovely phrase. So I've got all of those poking out of the pocket, and I've layered up with some of the fussy cut apples as well. I've also got the acetate, or not, I don't know if they are acetate, I think they are, which are see-through stickers, and I've added a couple of those as well. Now, I didn't feel that stars went with this layout very well, because it's about pumpkins and nature, and stars not really, that doesn't really go. It's more flowers and hearts, I think, on this layout are more suitable. But I love the colour and the texture on the stars, so I added just the one on that orange pocket, and you can barely see it actually because it blends in with the pocket so well, but it is there. It is very, very pretty. Okay, so I've done my journaling on the back of my tickets inside the pocket, and now I'm just going to add a few splatters of white paint. My white pen is not really behaving itself, so it's not. I've got some rogue splatters, and then I have to resort to a paintbrush. But yeah, it's I'm just putting some white splatters over the top of my embellishments, going onto the orange cardstock so that you can really, really see it there. And this is like magic on the pocket. If you splash paint on the pocket, it just disappears. That was quite amusing. I was trying to get some white flicks on the pocket, no chance. Okay, so that is me done. Here are a few close-ups of the layout. I hope you've enjoyed it. I really enjoyed working with just the main kit. It's quite nice to have a restricted amount. Sometimes it definitely makes things come together quicker. Don't forget that if you are a Hip Kit Club subscriber, you get the main kit at a reduced price, 15% discount off all add-on kits, and access to exclusive subscriber cut files. So lots of reasons to subscribe. Thank you so much for joining me today. That was Niki Rowland for Hip Kit Club.